In the last video, I told you the cloud math doesn't work, that an AI agent running all day belongs on hardware you own, not rented by the token. So here's the proof of that. I took the cheapest machine I have, a base 8 GB laptop, and put it head to head against a dedicated cloud GPU. Same model, same prompts, measured. Here is what actually happened. First, a quick recap of the number that started the argument. One always-on coding agent, looping through roughly 150 million tokens a month on a typical managed API. This runs about $600 a month. That's $7,200 a year to rent one agent. Last time, that was a model, an estimate. This time, I wanted to see if the real world agreed, so I built a test. And building it fairly matters more than anything else. It would be easy to cheat here. Run a tiny model on my laptop, compare it to a giant frontier model in the cloud, and call it a day. But that's not a benchmark, that's just a magic trick. So the rule was simple, the exact same model on both sides. Llama 3.2, 3 billion parameters, identical weights. The only thing that changes is the machine underneath it. Here's the whole test, and you can run it yourself. Pull the model with a Llama, then point one script at two endpoints, my laptop on localhost, and the cloud GPU at its address. Fire the same 5 prompts at both, and read the results straight off the engine. Tokens per second, latency, and cost. No estimate on the speed numbers. This part is measured. The cloud contender is a single NVIDIA T4, a dedicated GPU you rent by the hour. This is the machine the internet says you need, fast, professional, and always on. My contender is a laptop that runs my email. So let's see how embarrassing this is going to be. So, the head-to-head. And on raw speed, I'm not going to pretend otherwise, it's not even close. The cloud GPU is more than 4 times faster on tokens per second, and it answers with noticeably lower latency. If your only question is who finishes first, the cloud wins this round clean. Watch the throughput bars. That gap is real, and it's the whole reason people reach for the cloud on reflex. But look at the laptop's number before you write it off. A base 8 GB machine is holding a steady stream of tokens per second, comfortably faster than you can read for a single agent. It drifted down only slightly as it warmed up. Never choked, never swapped a disk, running this whole benchmark about the effort of a busy browser chap. Hold that thought, because speed was never the bill. Here's what the speed chart doesn't show you. That cloud GPU is fast because it's expensive, and you pay for it every hour it's switched on. Whether your agent is sitting idle at 3 in the morning or it's working, it doesn't matter. Speed is a one-time feeling, but run is forever. So let's stop timing it and start pricing it. This is my exact argument from the last episode, but now the local side is grounded in what we just measured. 12 months. The managed API is that straight line climbing the screen. $600 a month, every month, indefinitely. The local rig is the flat one. The hardware up front, plus a few cents of electricity, because at 30 watts, this laptop's power draw is a rounding error. Now watch what they cross. Around month 5, the line you own dips under the line you rent, and after that, the gap just doesn't hold. It widens every month in your favor. So that scary number from last episode, it just held up. $7,200 a year to rent one agent, confirmed against real throughput. And remember, that's just one. Most teams aren't just running one agent, they're running 10. Run the math on 10 always-on agents, and the managed bill clears it's $7,000 a year, while the hardware barely moves. Even is the part that should change how you think. The rig pays for itself in about 5 months. That's not 5 years, that's 5 months. Everything after that on an agent you were going to run anyway is money you simply stop setting on fire. The cloud rents you speed. Ownership buys you time. Now, the honest caveats, because this channel is named after them. The throughput and latency are measured. Straight off the engine, same model, same prompts. The costs are modeled. The managed API at its published per token rate. The cloud GPU at its hourly rental, and the laptop at a flat power draw, all on screen so you can argue with them. And this is a 3 billion parameter model, and not a frontier one. For a single coding agent, it's enough. For everything, it is not. I'm showing you the test, I'm not selling you the conclusion here. So here's the verdict, and it's narrower than a headline. If a model runs occasionally, spiky, bursty, a few times a day, then you just run the cloud. It is brilliant at exactly that. But if it runs all day, every day, doing the same work on repeat, the economics flips hard, and they flip towards the machine on your desk. If it runs all day, you should own it. That's the whole deal here. Real tests, raw data, and absolutely no slop. We do not do AI hype here. We are just doing the math. Next episode, I'm going to push this little local rig until it actually breaks. We know it handles a single agent beautifully, but I want to find the exact ceiling. How many parallel agents can one machine really hold before the memory chokes, the thermal spike, and you do inevitably need to scale back to the cloud? I'll measure that one just as rigorously, so you know exactly where the red line is before you invest in your own hardware. This has been the validation set. I will see you in the next run. Thank you for listening.